Good afternoon, Lori.
Hi, Lori Parlin, founder of the Shingle Springs Community Alliance. I think I'm going to be a member of Save Our County today, and I'm thinking about joining RCU, so there you go. I brought copies so you guys could follow. There's charts in here, so if Kim, you could distribute those so you could follow along, I'd appreciate it. The TGPA ZOU will create chaos in El Dorado County. The home occupation policies propose to allow intense commercial uses in residential areas. And the mixed-use policies propose to increase residential development in commercial areas. There will be a blurring between commercial and residential uses and an increase of incompatibilities between neighbors. The final EIR relies on enforceable and non-existent mitigations to take care of those incompatibilities. As such, I request that you deny approval of the FEIR. Here are some examples. In the response 01451, there's conflicting statements. At one point in the response, it says that the number of employees allowed in home occupations is going to have a less than significant level of impacts of conflicts. But then in the chart down below, it says it's significant and unavoidable. Which one is it? Next on I guess that's an I, 452, the response failed to provide analysis. In EIRs, you're supposed to have analysis to show what you're talking about and support what you're doing. We asked for analysis to show how having heavy commercial vehicles in home occupations as small as 1 acre parcels won't affect your neighbor. And they just simply said no analysis of the potential for heavy commercial vehicles to create noise, vibration, dust, glare, fumes, odors, or electrical interference is necessary because they're prohibiting it. It's just not allowed to make noise, and it's not going to be allowed. It's like, how is the noise going to be stopped just because it's prohibited? This reminds me of back when you used to go to restaurants when they had smoking sections. You'd be sitting in non-smoking. The smoke still seemed to find you. Same thing. Very easily, they could have put a chart in here to show how far a distance you need between neighbors so that the noise won't impact you, or the dust, or the fumes. They actually had a different chart in there, this table 3.7-2, that shows noise distances in decibels. They could have done that for all of these different home occupations, so then we'd know how far away you need to be between these things so your neighbor won't be impacted. But they didn't do that. Then here's another response, OI453. What does this one say? The text below, Kim's not here. The text below was added to the FEIR to show that home occupation in more rural areas could result in significant impacts on aesthetics. We asked for why didn't they suggest putting screens up to protect your neighbors from having to look at somebody's heavy equipment next door, but they chose not to do that. And I have to get this one in. It's really important. Here in OI 455, it says the county would be required to adopt a mitigation monitoring and reporting program. Well, guess what? Back in 2008, there was an ad hoc subcommittee group, and back then it was noted El Dorado County has no adopted mitigation measure monitoring program. There's no funds for it. There's no staff for it. Okay, now it's 2015, that's what, 7 years later? We still don't have that program. You can't mitigate on something that doesn't exist and can't be funded. And finally, all of you know, I have an issue with my neighbor right now. I've been trying for 3 years to get the county to help me with negative impacts from a business next door to me. They're not following the conditions. Nobody in the county is helping me. So I really suggest that you don't go forward with this. The FEIR doesn't mitigate any of these things. It's a farce. Don't approve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori.